Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, former TCS HR and recruiter and founder of Careerkunj. I hope your preparation for TCS and QT interview is going good. And then to help you out, I have brought a new video. So in this video, we will understand from a prime candidate resume and his mock interview mistakes, and we will try to learn that what mistakes he has done, and you should not also repeat that. So basically, we learn from others' mistakes, and that is why it is good to see what mistakes others have done. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is the resume of the candidate who got shortlisted for prime interview, and he has given a mock interview to us, and we have taken a detailed mock interview. So let's go one by one. Firstly, let's look at the resume, because resume will be the first thing on which the panel will look and ask the question. Okay, so let's have a look at the resume broadly, how it looks like. So this is the resume. I have hide the name and other details to keep its confidentiality of the candidate. So the name was in center, and then it has its contact, email, LinkedIn, and GitHub. So ideally it should be like that. So all of you should follow this pattern. And then you can see it start with profile summary, education, technical skill, projects, achievements, right? So if we look at the resume in the first look, it looks very organized. Okay, so as a recruiter, I want to see things organized and gives a good first impression. So the first impression of the resume was good, right? Now profile summary. So profile summary should consider of your achievements. Some highlights like 900 contribution to GitHub, 600 plus coding questions, right? So this shows the highlighted part, and then similarly JWT, Firebase authentication, and then other things were highlighted, which actually is used to get the attention of the panel to ask questions from that particular area. So all of you should highlight some areas in which you are strong, and so that the panel can see that and ask you the question. Okay, so at the same time, I could not see the internship in this particular resume, so that was one thing that I noticed in the first glance. Secondly, I noticed that uh, the percentages are high, so that means the candidate must be good academically, and yeah, and he has done 3 projects. Again, projects get the attention of the panel because those are the practical application of the concepts. So in the first look, the resume looked good. So you can also take some ideas from this resume and can make your own resume as well. Profile summary, I would recommend, if you have done so many things, you put a profile summary in few lines. Some people keep career objective, but if you have done something good, then you can make a profile summary. It will give the panel idea about you in a gist, right? Okay, and then do mention about your 10th, 12th, and graduation, because they are the part of the eligibility criteria. I have highlighted in the last video as well. And then languages, there are so many things, again this caught the attention. And then projects and achievements, it should have some extracurricular activities as well, but that is not there, and that was the feedback given to the candidate. Now coming to how was the mock interview and what was the mistakes he has done. So we have taken a proper mock interview with a separate technical panel, XTCS technical panel, and I have taken the MR and HR. So let me tell you about firstly the technical mistakes which we could identify. Okay, so as I said, of the first attention goes to the projects. So the technical panel have asked the questions from the projects, and that is where the mini Netflix and Chota YouTube part was very detailed, covered in detail by the technical panel. And let me tell you, friends, for the prime candidate, especially for prime and digital candidate, you have to know about AI, because AI is something which is trending, and then it is something the prime panels definitely ask. So the panel for prime and digital interviews are also different. They are somebody who are working on the digital technologies, right? So good chances that your panel would have a good idea about the latest technology. So at least you should have some basic understanding, if not, if you are not an expert, right? So the questions were asked to the candidate from this projects, and then again, uh, the he was not having a very depth detail. Okay, he was able to answer definitely few things, but again he was not able to answer that in very detail. I must say he answered averagely. Okay, and the technical panel was not very happy with the answers. So basically, all of you should learn from this mistake that you have to explain your project well. You have to go into the detail of the project. Okay, let me give you a tip. Copy your project and put it in the chat gpd, and then ask what questions can be asked in the project from this particular project in the TCS interview. It will give you a list of questions, and that will give you some questions which can be asked in your interview also. Okay, so again, the project should be thorough. So that was not a first good impression. Secondly, I have been telling this in my videos, the biggest mistake that candidate do. I have taken 1,000 plus interviews in TCS, and then I have trained more than 2,000 students so far in my Careerkunj venture for placement training. And I see one place where student really fail in interview is to articulate the answer. For example, you know what is AI, but in interview you have to define it, and that is where the articulation comes into picture. And many students, despite knowing the concept, are not able to articulate it. That means they are not able to choose the right words to define it. I've seen so many candidates having IoT projects. None of them so far have explained me IoT properly, right? So articulation is very important and it requires practice. So look at your resume, ask questions from everything that you have mentioned, and then you see you are able to articulate or not. Otherwise, you will be stuck. Okay, so there will be cross questions. Okay, and then you have to just defend it, right? Then there are so many things mentioned in the technical skills. Again, he was not up to the mark on all the skills. So as I advised in the last video also, in this video also, remove few skills in which you are not good, because if you mention something, the panel will definitely ask you. And in prime and digital case, it will surely it will be surely asked, and you have to even write the code. We have asked him to write the code as well. So again, you should be ready to write the pseudo code. They will not ask you to write the complete code because the time is less. They have to take so many interviews, but definitely the pseudo code will be asked to write. So whatever coding you have done, again go through it so that you remember and you can easily write. Don't take much time there. At the same time, nervousness is also there in the interview, so we fail to recollect it, right? Okay. So after technical, I have taken the MR and HR. So let me tell you, friends, all these projects that he has done was done alone, right? He has done it single-handedly, and even the candidate, another few candidates that I have taken mock interview recently have also done, the projects alone, right? And then he has mentioned his strength as teamwork. So that is where I caught him, and I said, if you like teamwork, if it is your strength, then why don't you have done your project in team, right? And that is where he got stuck, and he said, I thought I will learn everything, so I thought to do everything alone. No, that's not the right way. In team we learn more, and the work happen in companies in team, right? So I have recommended him to remove teamwork so that it is properly justified. At the same time, I have told him to also, all of you, that show that you are a team player. Don't show that you are an individual champion, because you have to work in company and work happen in team. So if you cannot work in team, you are of no use, right? And that is what the MR and HR will check. So you should show yourself as a good team player, and with a good attitude, right? So I would recommend, if you have done multiple projects, so mention one project which you have done alone and one project which was done in team, so that it shows that you are a team player. Second thing I want to mention is this first project, it is a learning management system. So basically, the panel tried to understand why you have done a particular project. Okay, so ideally, the projects are about solving a problem, right? So I asked him why you decided to make a learning management system, and then again he was not able to justify, right? So you should have a reasoning of choosing a particular project to do. Okay, so he was not able to justify that why he made a learning management system. He could have done something else, right? But the reasoning was not there behind choosing a particular problem, right? So you need to think about it. So again, I told him, since he watches courses on Udemy, Coursera, he thought to make a course on learning management system. So that is what I have told him, that he should say something like this, so that it shows the reasoning. Similarly, Okay, maybe you have done a project without any thought, but now find a reason why you have done it. That's okay, because in interview you should not be sound, something illogical or something, that doesn't have any reasoning. You need to give proper reason, right? And many times these are the small mistakes. I'm telling you, you will be good in technical skills because you have cracked the written down. It shows itself that, but interviews about small integrities, right? And these things will be missed by many students, so just take care of this, okay? And then I asked him, so he has mentioned the soft skills part. So I have asked him to give me an example for all the soft skills he has mentioned. Problem solving, I can see he has done so many problem solving, so I have not asked this. But what, why he is saying he has leadership skill, give me an example. Why he think he has a good communication, give me an example. Why he has good time management skill, give me an example. So basically, then he said that he has participated in a hackathon, so where he was the team lead. So I asked him, why you what was your position in the hackathon competition? Then he says, we could not run the code in the given time. So I said, then you are not good in time management, and you have mentioned skill in time management is your skill. Again, a cross question where he got stuck, right? So there will be areas where panel will try to give you, make you in trouble, but you need to be smart enough to find yourself and those areas and look for a good answer to justify that, right? Okay. So this was the observations from his resume and mock interview. And then again, the communication was not very great, but again it was around average. So if you are mentioning something as communication, it should be really good, right? Then that is where you can say you really have good communication, right? So overall, the this candidate was shortlisted for Prime, but as the panels, we don't find him that good for the Prime, at least. But yeah, now having given the feedback, uh, maybe he will work in the due time before his interview and he could get a Prime offer. But yeah, for all of you, I must say, that is where I think the mock interviews help. And I have taken so many mock interviews for the students. I have taken real interviews. So if you also think you want to get yourself evaluated and understand what mistakes you are doing, you can book a mock interview with us. The link given below, link is given in the description box. So basically, for the Prime and digital candidates especially, I would highly recommend, because you cannot afford to do a mistake, okay, in the interview, because you are expected to be perfect candidates, right? And I think the mock interview from the real panels will actually help you to get those mistakes which you might commit in the interview. So it's highly recommended, okay? All right, so I hope you got the learning from this particular case. And then see, he has given the project link here, which is also a good practice, that you give the hyperlink of the project. Maybe you have uploaded on GitHub, so you can, somebody can click and check that. Okay, so it's a good practice, right? Again, the extracurricular activities was missing, his hobbies was missing. One area where the HR will stuck him, because I asked him about his hobby. So usually HR asks this type of question to understand the attitude of the candidate. Then he said reading. So I asked, was the last book you read? So he said he could not remember. So I said, when did you read the last book? He said 2 years back. So again, it was not an impressive answer, because 2 years back, you are doing something, it cannot be your hobby, right? Hobby is something that you do something frequently to recharge yourself, right? So these small mistakes are very important, and it gives a wrong impression to the panel, okay? So I evaluated him. So I came to know he actually don't have any hobby, he is just into technical, and that is where it can spoil the image. So I can understand most of your time goes into technical things, but for the interview sake, you can make some answers that you can give, right? By the way, I have created a course. So this is the course that I have created, and this is something which covers all the things in detail, how to answer. It focuses on articulation, it focuses on MR, HR, TR also. but you will understand how to give the HRs and MR answer, because most of you fail to answer those questions, right? So again, this has been made up from my actual experience of taking interviews. So it is recommended that if you think you need little preparation, then I would definitely recommend you to go for this course. Again, a very small investment, and it can help you to actually crack an offer from company like TCS. So this is recommended. Another good resource that we have is uh, the Python and SQL interview preparation course that has been created by another technical panel of TCS, former technical panel, Abhishek Mishra. And this course has been designed again to crack the interviews only. And then Python and SQL are again the common skills from which the questions are asked. And the beauty of this course is that even the non-technical students can learn it. It is designed in such a way. So if you don't know anything about programming also, you can learn it. Again, it comes at a very economical cost. So do explore it, and you know maybe you would like to uh, take up this, because interviews are important, and this small investment can actually really work wonders for you. Okay, so prepare well. Don't rely on free YouTube videos, series. I know that there are so much things available on YouTube for free, but a structured course will give you things, learnings in detail, and that is where it will come very handy for you and very useful for you. And we have already given this to many students, and the feedback again was very good. All right, so this is recommended. Okay, so I hope you find this video very useful. Anything else you wanted us to guide you, let us know in the comment section, and we will make a video about it. And yes, give your maximum time for your interview preparation. It's the most important time for all of you. So work sincerely, and we are with you in this journey. All the best. Thank you.